Hello. I will give you real information about Korea. If you have any questions about Korea, please leave a comment. I'm Korean. To give you the right information about Korea, I'll tell you the exact information without a lie. Today's content is about the most important thing you must know if you come to Korea. Korea is famous for being safe among all the countries in the world. There's very little risk of pickpockets. Even if you leave your expensive laptop, cell phone, or wallet on the table while drinking coffee at a cafe and go to the bathroom, there is little risk of losing them. And no one can carry a gun in Korea. These points are already well known. Of course, Korea is not a perfect paradise. So you could go through some kind of dangerous situation. Koreans are generally kind to foreigners. But unfortunately, when you are in Korea, you may have a bad experience. For example, it's a very slim chance but you could get pickpocketed. Or you could be embroiled in violence you didn't want to. What would you do if this happened? What do you do in your country? Of course, asking the police for help is the first thing you have to do. The same is true in Korea. Since Korea is a very safe country, when you are in a dangerous situation, the Korean police will appear to you within 3 minutes if you report it. The number to call the police in Korea is 112. Make sure you memorize this now. Let me tell you one more thing. Make sure you remember. Even if you don't know Korean language at all, memorize this word.
도와줘,
One more time.
도와줘,
You to repeat after me.
도와줘,
The meaning of this word is, help me. When you are in danger that you don't want in Korea, you should report to the police immediately. And you have to tell the police what trouble you're in, or where you are now. Even if you can't explain this to the police, because you don't know Korean at all. You can only tell the police the words I taught you. Then the police will know you're in danger and locate you, and come to you. As you know, because Korea is a country where technology is very advanced. From now on, I will say something really important. When you call the police, you must call a male cop, not a female cop. Before I tell you why, you should look at this picture first. Can you tell what this picture means? Do you need some time to think about this? All right, I'll give you a minute. What this picture means is very sad. This picture says that the Korean female cop can't help you properly when you are in a dangerous situation. Let me explain about this picture. A drunk Korean man was threatening people on the street. The police who came to the scene after receiving the report were one male and one female. As you can see in the picture, the male police are fighting to subdue a man who is drunk and dangerous. The fight was so fierce that the clothes of the male cop were torn apart. But can you see what a female cop is doing? Female cop are standing next to them and using cell phones to film a male cop and a drunken man fighting. She acted like a photographer, not a cop. Female police, along with male police, did not act to arrest the criminal. This is a real story that happened a few days ago. I want to ask you, if this happened in your country, how would the female police in your country behave? Most Koreans are angry at the female police for not helping the male police. This is because the female police was just filming the fight scene, as if she were not a police. We think the police should keep us safe from crime. We need police, not photographers or bystanders. Koreans complain to the government about this. By the way, The head of the Korean National Police Agency said something incomprehensible. He said the female police officer's behavior was not wrong. He said the policewoman acted according to the manual. Now you know what I want to say. Yes, you're right. I'm telling you to call a male cop instead of a female cop when you need help from the police in Korea. Because Korean female police have no power to overpower robbers or gangsters. Because the female police cannot protect you. The police need strong physical strength to win the fight against the robber and catch the fleeing criminal. Do you know push-ups? I'll show you a picture now. Don't be surprised. This is a physical fitness test that a woman takes to become a police in Korea. Do you think this is a push-up by someone trying to be a cop to catch a robber? Korean women can pass the fitness test if they do these push-ups 10 times a minute. And they become police officers. Can you understand a cop who can't catch a criminal because she's weaker than a criminal? I'll tell you something even more surprising. The South Korean government is now pursuing a policy to increase the number of female police officers to 30%. As a Korean, I am ashamed to tell you this truth. However, this is the reality of Korea. So when you come to Korea after the coronavirus is over, you should not call the female police even if something bad happens. Because the policewoman is much less powerful than you. It is highly likely that she will not be able to keep you safe from criminals. But rest assured, in Korea, only female police officers are not sent to you. The male cop will come to you too. Koreans just need a cop who can overpower criminals, whether it's female or male. I hope the Korean government realizes this. If this content was useful, please press like and subscribe. And leave a comment on what you think. And if you have any questions about Korea, please leave a comment. I will be honest and tell you about Korea.